I saw recently you did congratulate Her Excellency Samia Suluhu Hassan.
Viva!
Viva!
Were you tortured?
Viva!
Viva! Were you tortured?
Yes, we were tortured.
Like for instance, we have got two Kenyans whom we arrested.
The Ugandan President General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has labeled Kenyan activists, especially those who have been speaking against repression in foreign countries like Tanzania or Uganda, as rights experts and puppets of foreign masters, who need to be dealt with accordingly, for the stability and progress of not just the East African community but the entire Africa. While referring to the famous case of the two Kenyan activists Nicholas Oyu and Bob Njagi, who were held incommunicado for 38 days in Uganda, after being arrested while having gone to show their solidarity and campaign for the opposition candidate Robert Kyagulanyi alias Bobi Wine, the Ugandan leader has said that the Kenyans are sponsored by foreigners who envy the stability and development of Uganda, as well as its minerals, and would like to cause chaos so as to give the foreigners an opportunity to pursue their interests and exploit the country's resources. Speaking in a press address from Mbale State Lodge in eastern Uganda on the evening of November 8, 2025, as he neared completion of his campaigns in the Bugisu land, President Museveni acknowledged that the Kenyans had been arrested after intelligence reports showing that they had arrived in the country to incite instability in Uganda, and that they were under military custody for the period they were missing. That, the military had put them in a fridge to teach them a lesson, and were only released after receiving phone calls from Kenyan authorities who asked him to put them in a Ugandan prison or deport them back to Kenya. And without saying much, take a listen at him make the revelations.
I saw recently you did congratulate Her Excellency Samia Suluhu Hassan, the President of the Republic of Tanzania. And I know that you do pretty much follow international trends, what is happening here and there. And I know that you have keenly followed what happened in Tanzania, where it seemed like young people were misled to go on the street and attempt to destroy their own country after the election. What message do you have for people who ignite these young people and encourage them to do this kind of things, to bring down a country like this one? And this I ask in line with the theme of the NRM this time round, protecting your gains.
No, this is done by the enemies of Africa.
Yeah.
Even our own groups here, we monitor them with intelligence. Here, of course, we have very good intelligence, and we know them. Like for instance, we have got two Kenyans whom we arrested. They have been with us. I have their names, but I don't remember their names. They came. They were working with Kyagulanyi's group. That they are experts in riots. Of course, with our very good intelligence system, we picked them up, and they have been in the fridge for some days.
They are cooling.
Now, some Kenyan leaders rang me and said that I should hand them back I should either put them in jail here or hand them back. So we are going to, but you could see we are monitoring all of them. They all have connections with foreign countries, foreign groups funding them what these foreigners apparently want. Like Uganda, they are very worried about Uganda. Uganda is moving, very strong, industry is growing. We don't lack anything. We have all the food, we have all the raw materials, we have all the industrial products. We are now going to get our oil. So they are very worried. And some of them have been talking with our confused people that they should have contracts, how to control our national parks, how to do this, how to do that. So those are the groups sponsoring these children to do bad things. But they are easy to deal with. For us, we have no problem. We dealt with them. They've been trying to do it for a long time. they've been twagala kocha Kampala. We're not going to coach. So we pick them. And then after some time, they will release them. It's no problem at all for us. Because you remember, like the other time, there was Taja Koraira. Yes. But I must warn the ones who are misusing these children.
Yes.
Because sometimes the children, like when they had those riots of 2020, November, I think it was November 18th.
Oh, yes.
When they write that Kyagulanyi has been arrested, there were the riots, they were Kocha Kampala. Then the army intervened and crushed them. And some of the children died. So the ones who are doing that game here in Uganda, they will end up badly. We normally defeat it by counter mobilization, counter action.
Thank you.
But what they want is to control the resources of Africa. Of course, Africans also may make their own mistakes. But even if they make mistakes, why do you riot? Because you see, when you may burn Museveni's house, thinking that this is Museveni's house. That Museveni's house is not Museveni's house. Museveni is just there as an agent, but it is our house. All of us. Any house in Uganda is ours.
Oh, yes.
Why? Because the cement that built it paid tax.
Oh, yes.
And the tax which the cement paid, the Mitayimbwa, whatever the house is using, most of the time has got some tax on it. And that tax is the one which can give free education to our children.
Oh, yes.
So I think Todong has a problem. He has not educated our people clearly to know that private property actually is our property. If you see somebody with a huge hotel, me, I also have shares there. So not legal, not in the documents, but the cement which built that house, the electricity, he paid tax.
Yeah.
Paid tax on it. If he had built the house in India, where would we have gotten the tax from? Anybody who does anything here is actually doing it for us, directly or indirectly. So I think this is the weakness of Todong. He has not sensitized us about what patriotism means. You shouldn't ban anything. If you are angry, you can demonstrate, you can stand on the, you go in Kororo and you show that we are not happy. You don't attack anybody. Why do you attack? Just show that I'm not happy. I don't agree with what you are doing, but you don't destroy. Because suppose you now take over now, you are the new government. Where will you start? If you have already burnt all these, why don't you want to take over something that is
established?
Is established. What's the problem? So I think Todong here needs to educate us. Yeah, you have people saying factory Yomwind. There is no factory Yomwind here in Uganda. All the factories are ours. If I go to India and build a factory there, it will be a factory of India. They will not say the factory Owente or Uganda. It will be my factory, but in India. It's part of the Indian wealth. Okay?
Your Excellency, I am Judith Amsgut. I work with Step Radio here in Mbale City. We are still in campaigns and elections soon approaching. What assurance do you have for us Ugandans and visitors in terms of security?
That what?
what assurance do you have for us Ugandans and visitors in terms of security?
Security.
I think she's referring to the after election, maybe the possible. Yeah.
Nobody can play it around here. You go and play those games in other parts of Africa, but not here. We normally follow all those shallow things. Some of our young people also misinform the foreigners. They think that Uganda is just like, I don't know what, but nobody can disturb our peace. Anybody who disturbs, we shall just pick him and that's the end of the story. And we are very strict also. We are with our lawyers. We no longer want this game. Somebody has done a bad thing, then he's given bail. Becomes like a game. We are insisting that, please, and I'm glad even the courts are quite serious now. They no longer give bail to all these wrongdoers. Nobody will disturb our peace. If anybody tries, we shall easily deal with him. You saw what happened to people who came from near the border in Congo. They were finished in a very short time.